Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're back with the tips. Prelim final this weekend. Only 2 more rounds of footy before the season is over. Exciting times. There's 4 teams left. There's only going to be 2 at the end of the weekend. Starting things off, Friday night, Collingwood taking on GWS, MCG. Obviously we've seen this matchup in finals before. In 2019, Collingwood took on GWS. GWS won a thriller. It was a low-scoring, scrappy game. Collingwood made a comeback, but they couldn't quite get over the line. It was a fantastic game of footy, and I'd hope we'd see something like that again. Both teams in good form, obviously. Collingwood coming off a week off after the win over Melbourne. Some people say they should have lost that because Melbourne had like 30 more inside 50s. But I mean, at the end of the day, you can only beat what's put up against you. And GWS, well, they're in some red hot form. Won their last 2 finals matches against St Kilda and Port Adelaide. And they were on a good winning streak before that. Only lost like 2 games after the bye. So everyone is on the GWS bandwagon. I went to the game last weekend. First ever finals footy match that I've been to, and probably the most fun I've had at the footy, to be honest. Especially in that last quarter when all of the Giants fans in the crowd were really getting up and about. It was quite funny. Because all of them, bar like the cheer squad and then a couple of other fans around the place, were just Crows fans dressed up as GWS supporters. Even the Port Adelaide fans are getting on the GWS bandwagon now that they're out of the finals race. I've heard numerous Port fans jump on the GWS bandwagon, so pretty much everyone in Australia, bar Collingwood supporters, is behind GWS this weekend. And you know what, I kind of do want to see them go through to the grand final. They're Sydney's crosstown rival. Obviously I support Sydney, but like it is honestly, I'm not doing rivalries properly, but I've actually started to quite like them this season. It's especially what they've done in the final series so far. It's been entertaining and fun to watch. They're an entertaining team to watch. They've got plenty of superstar players on there. They have an exciting brand of footy. Their new coach he's producing some pretty good contests. And with all that being said though, I don't know if they beat Collingwood this weekend. It's going to be a tough one. Collingwood weren't super good against Melbourne. Like I said, they had like heaps less inside 50s. And you'd think that GWS would make better use of if they had 30 more inside 50s than what Melbourne did, because they actually have a functioning forward line. You've got Toby Green down there. Jesse Hogan's been very good this season. He's kicked 48 goals, which is remarkable, really. If he kicks 2 more goals for the rest of the season, that'd be his first ever 50-goal season. So he's finally starting to hit his potential that we saw in him when he was just drafted. He kicked 40 goals in his first 2 or 3 seasons for Melbourne, and then just kind of, he hasn't ever really been the same since. But this year he has elevated his game to being that of one of the better key forwards in the competition. I'm rambling on here. My tip for this match, I don't know who to tip. I want to tip GWS. And you know what? Tipping GWS has worked so far in the finals, and I'm going to do it again. It's going to be a replay of the 2019 prelim. And I'm going to have GWS go through to the grand final. Alright, the other final, Brisbane taking on Carlton at the Gabba. I think this it still could go either way, but I think this one's a little bit more clear cut. I'm going to be tipping Brisbane. Yeah, at the Gabba, still haven't lost a game this year. And I mean, Carlton, they have been very good, but there have been flaws in their games, even in the last 2 weeks that they've won. Look, Melbourne last week, I don't know how they lost that. And Sydney the week before, well, we didn't even really deserve to be in the finals. So yeah, I think their run is probably going to come to an end. And yeah, I'm going to be tipping Brisbane to go through to the grand final. I just think that they've really timed their run nicely. Getting that home qualifying final was massive for them. They honestly could have gone out in straight sets if they didn't get that home qualifying final, and I don't think they'd be winning a preliminary final if that were the case. So yeah, getting second spot was massive for them. It's going to leave them playing in a grand final for the first time since 2004, and they're going to be doing it, in my opinion, against GWS. Yeah, so that'd be a very interesting grand final matchup. Two non-Victorian teams, two fairly small teams. I'm not sure that I can't imagine that draw a sellout crowd. It'd probably be like high 80s or low 90s, but I really couldn't imagine it being a sellout grand final, GWS and Brisbane. I was actually looking at like previous grand final crowds, and I saw that Port and Brisbane back in 2004, to my surprise, only had like a crowd of 77,000, which was really low for a grand final. So potentially this could be an even lower crowd than that, but if this were to happen. But regardless of the crowd, I think it would be a really good, interesting and entertaining matchup, and honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing either team win that. But yeah, that'll be the tips for this round. I can't wait for this round of footy. It will be very exciting. Both these matchups, they should be pretty good games. I'm hoping that, yeah, I feel like the GWS tip is a little bit more from my heart rather than my head, because I want to see them in a grand final, to be honest. It's just been really entertaining, really great to watch what they've done this season. And Brisbane as well, I've always liked Brisbane. I like a lot of their players, and yeah, so yeah, if you did enjoy this video, please leave a like and subscribe. Comment down your predictions, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.